Incredibly tragic. That's how one wildlife expert described the scene in Norway where a wild polar bear was killed by a German cruise line employee over the weekend. We need to warn you, the images you're about to see are disturbing. This incident took place when the ship docked as part of a 10-day cruise. And the backlash has been swift both on and off social media. Bianca Nobilo joins me now from London with more on this. And Bianca, this is one of the most clicked on stories today on CNN.com, certainly sparking a lot of outrage.
It certainly has, Lynda. Outrage, condemnation, and you mentioned there a quote from a biologist saying it was incredibly tragic. And that's been the general sentiment, whether it's from biologists and conservationists who were saying, and I think it was put very well by biologist Daniel Schneider, who said a polar bear's home was invaded by tourists from a cruise ship, and then they were incredibly violent and obviously conducted this attack on the polar bear. A comedian that's very well known in the United Kingdom, Ricky Gervais, also said in a sarcastic tone, "Let's get too close to a polar bear in its natural environment and then kill it if it gets too close. Morons." That's the way that he phrased it. And it is a sentiment that seems to be shared on social media, Lynda. There's a lot of outrage surrounding this incident and people feeling very strongly about the fact that this natural habitat for a vulnerable species was invaded by tourists, essentially, and that this is what's happened to the polar bear.
Yeah, absolutely. So what does this say about environmental tourism? I mean, is it doing more harm than good? Certainly in this case it is. And how is the company responding?
I think it's certainly going to open up a debate about environmental tourism because of the reaction that it seems to have generated. The response from the company was that the incident occurred when the 4-person polar bear guard team, which is a legal requirement of those areas when tourists are venturing to those islands, prepared for shore leave. There had to be an intervention for self-defense and to protect the life of the attacked person. We are extremely sorry this incident happened. And as I mentioned, Lynda, the islands where this incident occurred, which are between Norway and the North Pole, they are a very important habitat for polar bears. There are about 3,000 polar bears there, outnumbering the population of people. And given that there's estimated to be about 20,000 polar bears left worldwide, it's an important area for them to, of course, be safe and be able to enjoy their natural environment. So I'm sure that the discussion around environmental tourism and the impact of this incident on that will continue.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, Bianca Nobilo from London, thanks so much.